I want to look at why culture stimulates growth, and I think it has a lot to do with repurposing, the ability to see things from a different perspective. And what really interests me is the context which creates inspiration. So, how to get a shift, in perspective. If you look at the current model, money is firmly in the centre. What I'm suggesting is move it to the circumference, so it has the same value as everything else. And ask a question. See how this world responds. List the plus and minus, of each part. This is a typical sort of question that a lot of my friends ask me. I live in a congested, increasingly kind of socially mobile city. What can I do about it? And I want to relay the story of Gilles Manuel. He's a designer living in Lyon, and had an okay kind of job, an alright kind of life. Just sort of saw the slow disintegration of his world, and kind of felt powerless to do anything about it. And so he devised a courier company, and sort of in negotiation with the current sort of people that was working, saw that they had depots outside town. So he designed a three-wheel bicycle, big enough to hold a couple of packages, small enough to go on cycle tracks through parks, and sort of cut down the amount of pollution and the amount of inefficiency that he saw in the system. And then he sort of further cross-referenced with his friends and said, this is nice, but how can I make it better? And decided to employ people that were disenfranchised, for one reason or another, poor education or homeless or just unlucky, and also understood that people, being a cycle courier isn't a life choice for most people, and introduced a kind of an education program within that, so that part of your responsibility of working for them was for a bit of personal development, and so that the similar way that he used his ambition to succeed, he sort of helped you do that for yourself. You can see that people like Gilles, they're visionaries, they're bound to succeed. But what are the kind of underlying conditions which helped him, and for all the other people that can't get their ideas off the ground? One of which was, of course, communication. It's absolutely vital. And the other is a greater understanding of production and consumption. And I think that you can already see that people generate their own content and they upload it. They already get that as a concept. And I found a company called Pinocchio, and it's purely a facilitator. So it brings together materials, manufacturers, designers, and marketplace. A company like this 20, 15 years ago would have purely been a manufacturer. So now you can take your own product to them. Let's just say you're designing a chair, just for your own home. They will find the materials, find somebody to manufacture it, even sell it for you. This is the thing that I think is culture's strength. It's a great testing ground. And you can see the music industry has been completely transformed by this sort of idea of sharing. And it's spreading into the book publishing industry. The making of the bespoke and the individual is becoming the norm. And more importantly, the joy of making your own things, as well as sharing them and receiving feedback from like-minded and unlike-minded people. And I think that there are many projects like this born from individual experience from small communities. And I think that online forums is a great place where you see this kind of thing, seedlings of it. Because the way that people share their day-to-day experiences is mentored by people with professional abilities. And I think that things like personal fundraising, things like Kickstarter and Just Giving are really instrumental in microfinance. And I think the key for me is how to combine these elements into a facilitation platform. Obviously there's millions of these things out there, but Facebook is the obvious reference point. It's used by people as diverse as Occupy Wall Street and Procter & Gamble. And I think it has this ability to do all the things which I mentioned, and also to connect with people outside of your immediate circle, the whole sort of sharing thing. And I think that it should be possible in some way to create like a microeconomic policy. It harnesses digital culture's fondness for the personalised, yet it keeps an eye on the whole, and its ability for real-time processing. And I think the key is to gear it around personal fulfilment, so that you use your natural abilities to their strength, and you use your sort of society and your community to generate revenue.